Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Spring Fever. As always, it is me, XFL Jim, joined by the man himself, Eric, a.k.a. Uncle fucking Rico. What's up, buddy?
Nah, brother. What's up with you?
I'm living my best life. Exciting weekend. We've made it to the end game. The playoffs are here. I'm hype.
You hype?
I am.
Are you hype? Are you hype?
I am hype, my friend.
You feel like you're on mile 22 of a marathon right now?
Does it feel like a marathon, Eric? 21 weeks?
Dude, I'm dying here, man.
If you think about it, though, I mean, the entire CFL season's only about as long as an NFL season.
No, it's not.
June, July, August, September, June, July, August, September, October, November. So 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
NFL, September, October, November, December, January, February.
Okay, but it's like a week into February.
It's like it's only, how far is it into November? It's only, 2 weeks?
No, it's...
Yeah, 2 weeks.
No, come on. Too long, Jim. Too long. My old ass is too long.
2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks.
Too long.
It's 1 week. It's effectively 1.5 weeks longer than an NFL season.
Jim. Too long.
With half the teams.
Too long.
Actually, not even half the teams.
Jim. Too long.
Eric, it's brutal for you. I understand. We had week 21, the final week of the regular season, in the books. Ottawa beat Hamilton 37-31. Kind of saw that one coming, not going to lie.
Uh-huh.
It was a banger game. I watched this one. This one was super exciting. Blast through and through. I got very drunk while watching it.
Got a little loose. Was this on the stream on Friday?
This was on the stream on Friday. This is a little loosey-goosey. Drew Brown went off, 26 for 38, 445, 3 touchdowns.
Okay.
Went off. Bo Levi finishes with like a shitload of yards, as he does. He's going to be Hamilton's representative for the MOP. Also Friday, though, and I apologize for this one. I went back and rewatched it, but we had the Argos losing to the Elks. The Elks ending the season with a W. 31-30 in overtime, Eric, on a Rouge punt.
A Rouge.
Yep, an errant punt from the Elks goes in the end zone, and Toronto can't get out of the end zone, so it actually goes out of the end zone, and Edmonton gets the point for the Rouge, and they win off a punt in overtime.
I love it.
It's beautiful. This is the way God intended football to be. I apologize because I did fall asleep on this stream, but I was like 9 beers deep on the night, and like
9 beers deep.
9 beers deep, and a very much lack of sleep. Jon Snow chiming in, by the way. BC Lions, they did punt on purpose. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
BC Lions been playing possum for 6 to 7 weeks. This is the time where they come out. Is this what they showed in week 20? Are we about to see that in the playoffs? Winnipeg, Montreal, very exciting game, although potential Grey Cup rematch?
Mm-hmm.
Potential Grey Cup rematch, maybe? That could be fun. I will say this, I wanted to talk about the Bombers. I did see old Travis Kelce sporting a Zach Collaros shirt.
Okay.
On a show today. That's always welcome.
You like that, dude?
I like seeing it. I think the CFL needs way more representation. I think every NFL player should be a CFL player, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then Saskatchewan just kind of like punted because the Winnipeg and Montreal game did matter for Winnipeg, but once the Bombers won, obviously like the game doesn't matter now for Saskatchewan. Calgary won it 27-12. You got to see. Can you guess the quarterbacks that played for Saskatchewan in this one? It was not Trevor Harris. Both Big Ten quarterbacks.
Patterson?
He's one of them. but both quarterbacks were Big Ten quarterbacks.
Where did he go to school?
Wisconsin.
Jesus Christ. I have no idea.
Jack Cohn.
Jesus.
The Coninator, baby. Jon Snow's predicting the BC versus Montreal final.
Ooh.
I like that. Eric, let's make an argument and a likelihood for each team going into the playoffs right now. So we'll just start. Let me look at the futures. We'll start it with each team. And I want to hear an argument for why, right, everyone's favorite Brahms quarterback, Jack Cohn. I want to hear an argument for and against each team in the playoff picture as set before us right now. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Starting off with the longest shot, the Ottawa Redblacks.
Defense.
My take for the Ottawa Redblacks. Defense, like you mentioned. I think also you've seen in a lot of the last couple games, I understand the Toronto game was a lot of garbage time, but he has shown he can put it up. Drew Brown has been playing quite well these last few weeks.
Yeah, that's true.
The things going against Ottawa is right now they don't have a fantastic run game to me, and I don't like that they get in these holes early.
I mean, like, obviously, but I feel like when you just look at their defense will put them in a position to win. Now, obviously, maybe that can lead to some short fields, but you're right. If their offense isn't producing and not getting the run game going, it's going to be really hard for them to produce and do literally anything.
Also, the way they've been slumping at the last half of the season has been a little discouraging. Plus 2,000. Any value there for you, Eric?
All right, basically the same number I already got.
Yeah, they're basically back where they started. The BC Lions up next, for and against.
Explosive offense when it clicks. Coming off a bye, going into the playoffs, historically speaking, look at the trends. Those teams tend to cover and win. So I think they're in a little bit of a good position. Defense is really, what's the word I'm looking for? Inconsistent. Night and day. High variance defense, if you will. Very, very high floor, insanely low. Very high ceiling, insanely low floor.
Okay. The ceiling is incredible, and I think the fact that they are starting Vernon Adams maybe gives them a boost.
You think so?
I think so. I think he has better opportunity. I mean, in spurts, he's looked not great since the return from injury, but his last game was domination against Montreal, and that has to give them at least a little bit of hope going forward. This team is another one. It's similar to the Red Blacks. Is for most of the latter half of the season, they've been just floundering. And Jon Snow says they're playing possum. I'm not so sure. They've looked out of sorts. Hopefully, getting Vernon Adams back in rights the ship because, like Eric said, this offense is explosive and very, very entertaining to watch when they're going. I think ceiling incredibly high, floor incredibly low for this team.
Mm-hmm.
Jon Snow asking the question, does the CFL want Kelly to be the face of the league? I think Ottawa may have also played possum. Obviously, I don't think the CFL...
I don't think... call me crazy. I say that's a hard no.
He is good. He is good. We'll get to them in a second. Up next, though, it's the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop.
What's their reasoning for, Eric? What's the argument for the Saskatchewan Roughriders?
Shane Patterson's not playing quarterback.
No, it'll be Trevor Harris. It'll be Trevor Harris.
As I said, is not playing quarterback.
Oh, you did.
I don't know. I kind of feel like this is a team that just kind of crept its way in. I mean, they've slowly gotten better as the season has went. They're just that team. What's the analogy? They just don't do anything great. They just do everything good.
They do turn the ball over quite a bit.
Well, that's not a good thing to do, Jim. No.
They get turnovers.
Oh, okay.
The defense is good at generating turnovers as much as that can actually be a tangible stat. It's been really good for them. Trevor Harris has looked a little better every week. Also, yeah, Saskatchewan does have a really good defense now. They have Armstead. And AJ Alouette. Not AJ Alouette. Why am I stupid?
Because you think Tua is an NFL quarterback?
No, Tua is an NFL quarterback. You shut your whore mouth. He is an NFL quarterback. He will make you eat those words. Because he is. But I like this Rough Riders team. The thing you have to factor in with the other teams we talked about, like BC and Ottawa, they've had sort of like a slump coming in the latter part of the season. The Rough Riders, by like contrast, they've had a little bit of an uptick. It was AJ Alouette. I'm not stupid. They've looked better and better each week. The defense has been firing. Trevor Harris has been looking pretty darn good. AJ Alouette, he changed his mullet back from blonde to brunette.
Yep, that's a big game changer.
It's a big one. I've seen this tale so many times. The Rough Riders do it every year, it feels like. Start off pretty well, mid-season slump, get back in shape for the playoffs, and lose a heartbreaker. I don't know if the heartbreaker will be against BC or against Winnipeg, but I've come to expect it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only thing keeping me like fully out on the Rough Riders. For the Toronto Argonauts, Eric.
Been there, done that.
They're hot.
They're
hot
been there,
too.
done that. They have the winning pedigree. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't trust Kelly, though. I think he's too erratic. I think he's too immature. But they are peaking at the right time. They do have a winning program there.
You want to talk? They're one of the teams I was saying at the end of the season. Like I was thinking, like the Hamilton Tiger Cats, Saskatchewan at the end of the season, and then I had Toronto as like one of the hottest teams coming in. Since week 17, they are 1, 2, 3, 3-1.
Oh wow!
Only lost at the end of the season to Edmonton in a crazy back and forth game. So maybe an overtime game going into the playoffs. Maybe you're a little worried about that. But also, they did their patented thing. Chad Kelly didn't play. A lot of starters didn't play for Toronto.
Chad Kelly.
I like this Toronto team quite a bit. I think they're the real deal. Their defense is legit. Their special teams is great. Their offense, when it's firing, is fantastic. And I think at plus 475, there is value.
Okay.
I think so. I think this is probably right now, they're my pick.
Okay.
For the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, Eric. They're the Bombers. I mean, we've seen it the latter half of the season. They've been locked in. That defense is... You talk about defense.
Huge injuries to start. Everyone's starting to get healthy. Starting to click. Defense is playing electric. And this is one of the most successful team the last 10 years.
They're really good. And even the run game's fantastic. The defense is amazing. Even if Zach Collaros isn't playing his A game, they've been able to win these games. Yes. Maybe he's the kind of guy that still turns it on for the playoffs. I don't know. But anyway, the same reason you like the Ottawa Redblacks defense, I like the Winnipeg defense even more. They've been balling. Straight balling. And then Montreal Alouettes, it's kind of like a lot of things Eric said. The 4 is they've been there for the most part of most of the year, up until maybe the last 3 weeks. They've easily looked like the best team most of the season. The only thing tripping you up is these last few weeks, they've kind of I don't know. It's been shaky since they locked in their playoff spot.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I want before we go into the spreads for this week, Eric, I want your Grey Cup prediction. Who's playing in the Grey Cup and who is your winner?
I'm gonna go Ottawa over BC.
You're going to go Ottawa over BC.
Yeah.
I'm going to go... Oh, God. I really don't want it to happen. Okay, I'm going to go my dream matchup. I'm going to go what I think is going to happen. What I think is going to happen is going to be Toronto over Winnipeg. What I want to happen is Saskatchewan over Ottawa.
Okay.
I'm rooting for the Riders, baby. I want them to finally get over that hill. It's been too long. It's been too damn long. Okay, Eric, now looking to the spreads, baby. Give them to me. Both games on Saturday, starting off 1 p.m. our time. The Ottawa Redblacks head down to Toronto to take on the Argonauts. The Argos are 6.5 point home favorites. Over under of 51.5, plus 250 on the money line for the Redblacks. 6.5 is a big number, Eric.
It's a big number, and in the playoffs the last 20 years, 21-13-1, 61%, 21.1% ROI. I mean, if you just blindly are betting this, anytime there's 6 or more in the playoffs, you have a pretty good fat ROI. I like this team a lot. I like their defense. I think they're going to be able to limit what the Argos want to do. You hit the nail on the head. Brown from Ottawa has been slinging the ball over. I think he's going to be able to put up some good numbers to get this Argos defense. I'll take Ottawa plus the points. I'll sprinkle a little bit in the money line.
I like that, dude. I'll take Ottawa plus the 6.5, and then I will go Drew Brown over 305.5 passing yards.
Okay. All right.
Because guess what? I'm seeing player props, baby. That's juicy. That's juicy.
Calm down, baby. Calm down.
That's juicy.
Calm down.
Yeah, I'll go Drew Brown over 305.5 passing yards here. I'm not going to sprinkle. I will go the 6.5 though, and I'll go over 51.5. I'll go over here as well.
Okay.
At 5:30 Saturday, BC versus Saskatchewan. The Roughriders are 4-point home favorites. Over under 51 points, plus 150 on the money line for the Lions.
So,
this one's tough.
Do you feel that BC coming off the bye is a benefit?
I mean, maybe, but like Saskatchewan did get to rest all their like starters at least.
Teams, dude, just dogs in the CFL playoffs, dude. 4 or more.
Yeah.
32, 21-1, 60.4%. So, I mean, obviously, BC, their explosive offense. And the nice thing about them is their offense is so explosive. Even if they do get down, there's always going to be a position for the back door. I think you hit the nail on the head. They've agreed on the quarterback. There's none of this switching shit. Go out there, roll it out, let him sling. And Saskatchewan is just a team I don't trust. And I feel turnovers are a very streaky thing. There's no you can't really cause a turnover. I feel they're just random. And I feel every team, they do get a lot of turnovers is due for some turnover regression. I kind of think that's what Saskatchewan is. Give me the BC Knights plus the points and on the money line.
I'll take the Lions plus 4. I'm rolling with the over as here as well. I do think it's a close fought game. I think the Rough Riders get it in the end. John Snow asking, do either of you know which books offer live CFL odds? FanDuel and DraftKings often don't when there are lots of competing American sporting events. I use offshore books for this. And they do. They're obviously a little bit trickier, and they're a little bit less lenient of when they let you place the bet.
Yeah, I mean, offshore is pretty much the only one that does.
Yeah, because I do it with Bovada. Heritage also allows it. Bet Online has them. They're just a little bit trickier than your actual onshore books. Bookmaker has them as well. I'm also, Eric.
Dude, I always lean back, and then my face is blocked by the eTalk 2 on Sports. I apologize.
Bovada's not bad. I mean, their live stuff, it's pretty easy to navigate. That's the only thing I don't like about it. I feel like Bookmaker's a little weird to navigate for live betting.
Yeah. I mean, Bovada has me banned, so whatever.
Well, you're too much of a winner, Eric.
Winners win, dude.
I will also... You know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to bet... I'm on the Lions plus the 4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the over. I'm also going to do a cheeky little parlay for you, Eric.
You're going to do a little cheeky?
Little cheeky one. Justin McInnes to record 100 plus receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. Plus 1,000.
Jesus.
Plus 1,000.
Just parlay BC's money line.
Little sprinkle there. Just a little sprink.
A little sprinky sprink.
Eric, also, I want a first touchdown bet in both games. There's 2 games. You got to give it to me. So, Ottawa, Toronto.
Hold on.
I can pull it up right now. I'll pull it up if you want me to share my screen.
I'm pulling up DraftKings right now on my phone.
Okay. I have it here as well. I need first score. Give me 3.
Ottawa first score.
So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get my 3 right here. I'm gonna go Khalil Pimpleton. Jon Snow says Kelly, and so he wants Chad Kelly here. Who's the third, Eric?
My pick is Ottawa's defense.
Oh, Ottawa defense. Plus 3,500.
Jesus, plus 75 to 1 here.
I'm looking at DraftKings.
I'm on DraftKings right now, man.
What the hell? DraftKings?
Dude, DraftKings Nebraska.
The first touchdown?
Yep.
There's no touchdown score at 80 to 1.
They don't have that here. So what's
DraftKings
Pimpleton?
do I get? Pimpleton, I get Pimpleton at plus 1,600.
11 to 1 here.
Okay, this is weird. That's really weird.
No, it's always different. Like every sports book is different.
Yeah, but we don't have DraftKings in Nebraska, so I don't know which DraftKings this is off of.
Oh shit. That's weird.
I figure Illinois would be like the closest one, maybe Iowa.
All right, next game, my friend.
Okay, so we're 1 sec. Chad Kelly, Khalil Pimpleton, Ottawa Redblacks defense. Those are your 3. Keep an eye out for those. Chad Kelly plus 550, Khalil Pimpleton plus 1,600, and we'll go with Eric's. What'd you say, 75 to 1 for the Redblacks defense?
Yes.
Okay. Love those odds. Now for game number 2. Jon Snow wanted Outlet. Plus 500 for him. This one's tougher for me.
Why is this one tougher for you?
Because, Vernon likes to run it. I know Trevor Harris hates it. Let's see. Shea Patterson's also plus 500.
I'm going to go Alexander Hollins, 14 to 1.
You were going to go Alexander Hollins. Let me see where I can find him here. There he is. 14 to 1. I was going to go Keon Hatcher. Also 14 to 1. So in this game, we will go AJ Ouellette plus 500, Alexander Hollins 14 to 1, Keon Hatcher 14 to 1.
Here we go.
There you go. Thank you for actually having the touchdown props this week. Thank you. No, do we want to do a fantasy lineup? There's 2 games. There's 2 games.
No.
It's so tough.
I mean, so first of all, you have to pick your quarterback. I mean, like I can just, what quarterback do you think? All right. So first of all, what quarterback do you
Do we want to do the cheapest? Okay.
I like
Eric Jon Snow says we have to. We have to.
I like Adams.
Okay, Vernon Adams, the most expensive quarterback.
That's fine.
I either like Vernon Adams or I would like.
Well, let me retract this. Let's start over. Which game do you feel is going to be the most expensive, most highest scoring?
Oh, that's tough. I take a look. I know you're not supposed to look back historically, but I kind of want to take a look. Ottawa versus Toronto was a 69-point barn burner last game.
All right, see that's
Toronto I think that one's going to be the big one.
All right, so let's take off Adams. So that means we need to go Kelly or Brown as a quarterback. Which one do you want to go with?
Why does it say Chad Kelly is out? Okay, no, this is just stupid. Yeah, I would rather go. I'd rather go Brown.
All right, so put Brown in.
He'll get the garbage time points no matter what.
Then we need 2 guys from the other side of the ball who you think are going to produce.
You mean Toronto side?
Yeah.
I think Carey for a running back would produce.
Okay.
He's up there, but I still think he would produce. If we're going wide receiver for Toronto, do we go Devarius Daniels? Do we go? Our boy Janarian Grant's never really steered us wrong, but Coxie has also been really good. Let's go to Monte Coxie.
Now, on the other game, oh no, sorry. So who do we have right now?
We have Drew Brown for Ottawa. Running back is Kadeem Carey for Toronto, and we have DeMonte Coxie as a receiver also off of Toronto. We need to get an Ottawa guy in there.
No, we need to pick one guy from Ottawa to piggyback.
Pimp. It's always Pimp. It's always going to be Pimp. I'm always going to go Khalil Pimpleton every time.
All right, so put him there. Now let's go to our defense. Which defense in the other game do you trust more?
So overall, the Lions defense is kind of eh. I do trust the Rough Riders defense to potentially get like turnovers to get us points.
All right, so you put them in.
Okay, we got 2 flexes.
So that means we really can't. What is that? That means we really can't do anything with
with BC.
The BCs. So is there any player in Saskatchewan you want to put in?
Give us Johnson.
And then you look at it, is there any player left that's on Saskatchewan, Ottawa, or Toronto that you want in?
Let's see. That we can afford. Oh, we could get AJ Ouellette for there we go. Drew Brown, Kadeem Carey, DeMonte Coxie, Khalil Pimpleton, Keshawn Johnson, AJ Ouellette, and the Rough Riders defense. We're taking a risk here, not picking any BC players. I like it.
Shoot or shoot, brother. Shoot or shoot.
I like it.
Shoot or shoot.
All right, folks. I think that'll do it. I'm excited. Eric has Ottawa over, who'd you say? Over Winnipeg or over BC? I
have Ottawa over BC.
I have my actual prediction. I will say it will be Toronto over Winnipeg. I'm excited for the playoffs. And you know what, folks? I know it's Saturday, and usually I only stream the Friday games, but it's the CFL playoffs. I'm streaming these games. Tune in Saturday.
Jesus Christ. So it's better than the Navy experience.
I hope so. Everyone tune in. It'll be a blast. And make sure you go over to Royal Retros, the sponsor of this show, presenting sponsor. Go get yourselves. I did a little bit of dabbling. I think they might have. Not confirmed. Don't want legal or anyone to come at me, but not confirmed. But maybe Ottawa Rough Riders gear. Go get it. Go get you an Ottawa Rough Riders hoodie and use promo code SPRINGFEVER, all one word, all caps at checkout for 10%.
They have an Ottawa Nationals hoodie.
That's bomb. That's badass too. For that man over there at eTop21 Sports, a.k.a. Uncle Rico, a.k.a. Eric, a.k.a. the Big Smelly Cheese. For me over here, XFL Jim, a.k.a. the Spring Football Horn Dog, a.k.a. the man who still lives in the garage. This has been Spring Fever. Stay hot, stay heavy. Watch some CFL. Love you guys. See you next week.